Let me tell you, I never thought my car would be in Cognac, you know? I never thought I'd drive this car out of Canada and just, you know, one day be in the region of Cognac with it, in the town of Cognac. Ciao. Ciao, eh? Alright, so that's the end of that chapter. And now we go to Bordeaux and we get some electric plugs so that I can finally work in the car and have a laptop that's charging all the time. And that's not just dead. Dead. You know? It's starting to get annoying. And I finished 2 videos. One pretty much finished, one finished. I thought it was. And YouTube says it's copyright music, but it was a no copyright song. Bastards. Alright, yeah, ciao. 2 hours, 40 minutes to Bordeaux. My phone is just turning. Time to go to Bordeaux. Bordeaux. My brain just fully, like, tuned out of Europe mode, and I almost took a ride on a red. Thought I was in Canada for a second there. Man, that's a really nice tree line. It's like bush. It's like a hedge covered with the perfect amount of trees. It's like perfectly symmetrical, this tree line. Or is it a type of tree that's like, no, that's trippy. Yeah, like look at that tree line. What's going on with these trees? It's like hedge and tree mixed together to form the perfect wall. Is it just me or is that like super fucking cool? Okay. So I've just been following the GPS and I just looked and it's the same amount of time after I've been driving for an hour. What the hell's going on? Why is it still 2 hours 20 minutes? What the what? Oh no, it was 2 hours 40 minutes. I guess I've only been driving for 20 minutes. Really? Only 20 minutes? Alright, so the first gas station I just tried pulling into closed. 4:40. Is everybody already closed? I cannot do this again. I don't have a working credit card. Oh man. Uh-oh. 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 Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And then how many?
I got 3 more after that, but the last 2 were like a week after the first 2, so I got like a week
So
after.
two weeks of exams?
Essentially it's more like a week and a half. So from the 21st to the 30th.
Not bad.
Like,
not bad. There's something shaking back there and it's driving me nuts. Look at all the sunflowers. Pretty nice. So I've gone ahead and bought more tickets with all the rest of my money. And let's see if it lets me put more than one in. So that's what it asks if you want to put another one in. We put it in manually because I tried that and it tells you to scan it, but it doesn't work. And let's do this, 952. 947. And 9625. So this should add up to 50 euros. There we go. No, not anymore. No receipts. Perfect, it works. So we put 70 euros in there total. I had a quarter tank before filling up and now I have just under a half tank. So it got us almost 3/4 for 70 euros. This place is 10 cents cheaper, 10 euro cents cheaper than anywhere else I've seen today. Most of them have been around 170 and this place is at 169. Sorry, 1.609. So it's pretty much 60 cents. Yeah, the only negative to that system that I could see is it doesn't accept 100 euro bills. If I wanted to use, all I got really is hundreds, and I was lucky I had some broken change. So if it was late at night, I could see how I could have got stuck unless I was able to break my money. And it's pretty hard to find shops open later in the day outside of the cities. That could have been an issue, but you can't really just walk into a place and expect them to break 100 for you. You're in Europe, you know, there's a lot of criminals, and so yeah. Anyways, at least we got that figured out, and now we know. Look, it's showing 624 kilometers of range. That's pretty good. I haven't seen that high of a number in a long time. I also haven't had a full tank in a long time, since Canada. But yeah, I rarely ever saw it over 500. You know what that means. I've been driving like a civilized, decent human being that obeys the speed limit and is light on the gas. I've been, you know, over budget and not with a lot of cash. This morning I was like, I think it was this morning or yesterday, I was like, man, I could really use some extra cash just appearing in my bank account or something. I looked today, 500 bucks. So I got a little $500 disbursement from like an old investment or something. Not gonna get into the details on that, but anyways, I got 500 bucks that just came in. Yeah, so that's like food for like 2 months if I'm smart. I'm pretty good with groceries. Like in university, I used to get by $40 to $60 a week, and I was eating okay. I mean, I'd have my protein, and it wasn't the best, but I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it on $40 a week right now, but I was able to do it, you know? I am going to be smart, and I am going to get me some good groceries and do some good cookouts. Let's aim for like $80. $60 a week in food. I could actually do it, you know, if you're doing mostly potatoes and stuff, you do meat every few days. I'm gonna get some chickpeas, rinse them. I have an extra water bottle, so I could just put, I like to get like actual proper fresh, like dried chickpeas. I don't like the canned ones because they got preservative. So I'm gonna get some of that stuff. I'll let them soak up some water, and then I'll boil them, and then I'll have me a thing of chickpeas for the next 2 days whenever I decide to do that. And in Italy, I'm just gonna be eating good, man. I got extra cash now, so because I was digging into my gas money, and I was trying to be very careful with my gas because that's my food. I mean, how can you eat and drive on the same money? Anyways, so that's figured out now, and it's just gonna be a little bit smart. I'm tripping out. This GPS has just not been, look, and that sound is, I should have done something about that sound. It's been more than that. Man, I feel like I've just been driving, and it's not like we're not getting there. I'm not going crazy. The ETA keeps going up. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic going into the city. Anyways, Bordeaux will be the biggest French city that I will ever have been to. This is my first time in France, aside from a layover in Paris one time when I was a kid, but I never went into the city. Anyways, yeah, it'll be the biggest city I've ever been to in France, and probably the biggest that I'll ever go during this trip, because we skipped Paris. I didn't want to go to Paris. It's just expensive, full of crime, not gonna be fun for me, and hard to park, you know? So there was no point. The only thing I could think of have been being able to see was the Eiffel Tower, which you gotta pay to see now. And quite frankly, the food is just probably overpriced, and you could probably get food that's just as good in other parts of France, like Bordeaux. And I don't even have the money to be eating out like that. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. Pretty cool. I'm gonna be finally going to a big city that's not gangster central like Nantes. Nantes was a scary city. Okay, I got out of the car and then got right back in the car. Bordeaux, on the other hand, I've always actually wanted to go to. I've heard about it in the past, and I feel like it's my vibe. So let's go see if it's my vibe. Yeah, this ETA is getting ridiculous. Well, at least our gas mileage is pretty good. It's just been climbing. We've been driving, and it's been a while since I showed you guys. Now it's 660 basically. Oh yeah, mileage check. 345,181 kilometers on the car. That's where we're at right now. Got almost a full tank of gas, and I'd like to see if we can get to Italy on this gas tank. Here's the plan. We're going to Bordeaux, then we're gonna go to the Basque region, which is the very south and the very west of France. And apparently it is French kiss. So, chef's kiss. Listen, we're gonna go there because we're not gonna skip. It's just an extra hour drive, and then we're gonna head all the way east through the French Riviera, baby. And then where will we be? Just Provence. before we cross into Italy, and then we'll be in the north of Italy, and then I am gonna get me some Italian pasta, baby. That's the first thing I'm doing. We're getting some pasta, we're gonna try some focaccia and focaccia and whatever else they got to offer, man. I just want to go. I'll just be happy to be there, you know. So last time we didn't quite hit the challenge because we were not really on a proper highway and we had to get off and the gas mileage got a little bit messed up. So right now it's saying 662 range and we've got 7/8 of a tank. The highest I've ever seen it touch is 800 kilometers of range on a full tank, which would tell me if we had 3/4, it could possibly potentially say 600 range, but full tank is a little different because it's got the reserve, right? Right now I'd like to see how high it can climb up, and we're actually on a proper highway. We're doing 105 in cruise control in 6th gear. I'm not touching the gas at all. We're just cruising. There's nobody in front of us. We haven't had the need. We're in 110 zone. We're going 105, so everybody is passing us basically. There's not going to be a point where I'm stuck behind anybody, I don't think. And let's see how far it can climb up. Since we just started talking, it's gone up 3 kilometers of range. Can it hit 700? That's what I want to see. Or how high is it going to hit before it starts coming down? Let's see, man. It should show us soon. It just went down to 664, but we were going up a hill. It's going to have a little fluctuations before it really starts coming down. Let's see. Hurry up. Yeah, so it's starting to come down, I think, 62. Yeah, pretty good though. Let's see if it stays over 600 after we get to 3/4 of a tank. It actually started climbing back up. It hit 669 when I looked. I stopped paying attention. And, oh yeah, back to 669 now. I wasn't paying attention. It's been a while, so it could have gone up like past 670. 670, baby! 670! Yeah! 675. Can it hit 676? Going once, going twice. And, I mean, we've gone more than a kilometer. Are you gonna go up or down? What is going on here? Going once, going twice. It hit 677 before it started coming down. I'll let you know if anything changes, but I'm getting kind of sick of tracking this. I just looked out the window and this lady was like, and I was so confused and I completely forgot I'm in France and there's a Canadian flag hanging off the side of the car. Completely forgot. Oh yeah, that's up and that's going on, eh? I was just in my own little world and I just zoned out for a second and I look over and this lady is like full on like, ah! And I'm like, huh? The problem with the GoPro in the car is I can either have it mounted facing me or facing the road. And sometimes, you know, I quickly want to show you what's on the road or, you know, be talking to you. So I ordered this clip that will go onto the front-facing camera that points towards the road, but I could twist it towards me and it's the perfect distance. And I'll be able to catch some of those reactions for you because they're priceless. It's probably been like 40 to 50 kilometers and it's still at 670. That's pretty good. I mean, what that's telling me is if I did highway driving most of the trip, we'd be getting a lot of, you know, we'd be saving a lot of money. And the good thing is, for the next, we're covering a lot of ground right now, and we're getting pretty south. And after Bordeaux to the Basque region, there's going to be just pretty much 90 to 100 zone. So I'm going to be able to cover a lot of ground on this gas and recover some of my overspending because so far I've gone since the car arrived until this last fill up. So whatever's in the car included. We've spent around 570 euros. I've got it being added up. So 570 euros including the 70 that's in the car. No, sorry, 470 euros including the 70 that's in the car. So we haven't touched 500 euros, but it is high. You know, I could have done this for a lot less if I didn't stop in pretty much all of Normandy. I really wanted to, you know, I mean, I just escaped Canada. I wanted to kind of like live a little, right? And I still will be living a little. Just had to take a little break and kind of see what there was out here, and it's such a beautiful place. I didn't want to miss out. I don't know if I'll ever go back that way. The only thing I could see is if, you know, maybe there was a car I wanted to buy, I'd maybe do it again, but do a different route and just go pick up a car that I want to buy and, you know, bring it with me wherever I end up. So yeah, it's hot because I'm not running the AC to get this kind of gas mileage. Starting to see the vineyards. We're getting into vineyard territory. I wonder where Cognac is compared to where we are. Guys, I was about to completely miss the Cognac region. It's literally the next exit. Just looked it up. So we're gonna go check out Cognac. I think this is something we gotta see. I don't think we should be missing out on this. If we miss out on the Amazon locker, we just get it in the morning. It's open till 9. It's 6 o'clock and we got, you know, we'll see. But we're gonna go to Cognac.
A quick 10-minute visit might not give you the full experience, but you could still get a nice glimpse of the town's charm and maybe pop into a shop or a tasting room quickly. But if you have more time, it's definitely worth staying a bit longer.
Alright, well, I mean, we already took the exit. Let's go check out Cognac. Where does champagne have to be from to be considered champagne and not sparkling wine?
For it to be officially called champagne, it has to come from the Champagne region in France. It's a specific area with strict rules around how it's produced, so anything made outside of that region is considered just sparkling wine, even if it's made in a similar way.
Where is the Champagne region? Is it close to Cognac?
The Champagne region...
What? What did you say?
Few hours apart.
Few hours apart.
Yeah, France is... I'm here. We're just reacting to all the cool places in France. Let me know if you have any other questions or if there's anything else.
Yeah, so where is it in relation to Cognac and Bordeaux?
So in relation to both Champagne and Cognac, Champagne is up in the northeastern part of France, while Cognac is more in the southwest. So they're kind of on opposite sides of the country. It's definitely possible to visit both, but it would be a bit of a road trip.
What's the closest large city to Champagne?
The closest large city to the Champagne region is...
Can you finish?
No worries.
Can you finish what you're saying?
Closest major city to the Champagne region is Paris.
Okay.
The nearest large city to
when
Cognac
I try to cut you off, you don't want to be cut
which
off.
Is about a couple of...
But, okay, listen. Like, it's weird. You like to get cut off when I'm not trying to cut you off, and just hear me out here. Organic wines near Cognac. Hello, lady. Is there...
Yes. Definitely. The Cognac region and the surrounding areas have a lot of vineyards that focus on organic and biodynamic practices. You can find some lovely organic wines and even some organic Cognac producers in that area. It's a great place to explore if you're into organic wines.
Guys, see that dog? Oh my god, absolutely beautiful. GPS is saying our arrival to the Amazon locker, even with the Cognac stop, is for 8 o'clock, 8:10, which means we'll have just under 50 minutes to spend in Cognac. I don't even want to do that, just like 20 minutes. I just want some nice cool photos and just to say I went to Cognac. It's pretty cool. That's where all your Hennessy comes from, guys. The roads are windy. It's nice. The roads are super windy. This is a town called Champagne, so I guess they're making champagne out here. Yeah, champagne. Let's ask ChatGPT. Hey, so I just passed a town called Champagne on the way to Cognac.
It sounds like you might have gotten cut off there.
Yeah.
If you have any specific questions or anything else you'd like to chat about, feel free to let me know. I'm here to help.
Yeah, you're really getting on my nerves. Okay, so I just passed a town called Champagne. Oh my god, listen. I passed a town called Champagne, 20 minutes out from Cognac.
Oh, got it. Yes, Champagne is indeed a small town, not...
Okay, but is what they make considered champagne?
No, even though the town is called Champagne, the sparkling wine they produce there isn't considered official champagne, since that designation is strictly reserved for sparkling wine from the Champagne region, but they still make some great wines.
Okay, but I saw a sign that said champagne on one of the buildings there, so are they lying?
The buildings might have signs referencing the name of the town or local vineyards, but even if they produce sparkling wine, it still wouldn't have the official champagne designation, but it's definitely still delicious.
We're in a town called Sagognac or something like that. Everything here ends with an "ac," so cognac, whatnot. I mean, it's Saturday and it's like 6:30 when we get there. Don't expect anything to be open. It's just really to see the town, and you know, you get to understand that cognac is not just the name of a drink, it's the name of a town where the drink comes from. Yeah, they're Remy Martin, Hennessy, it's all from here. I'm kind of in the mood for some grapes. I'm sure they sell like grape juice around here, you know? Let's see if we can find some. Let me tell you, I never thought my car would be in Cognac, you know? I never thought I'd drive this car out of Canada and just, you know, one day be in the region of Cognac with it, in the town of Cognac. What the hell? We're 10 minutes away from Cognac. What the hell? Our gas mileage took a dump. Look at this, 504. It just took a dump. Oh well, you gotta live, you know? Not about making that number stay straight. It's about seeing things here. We are officially entering Cognac. There's an airport in Cognac. It's a small town, but they got an airport and they've got a vineyard right next to the airport. Of course, it's Cognac, hello. And this whole town is basically built off of Hennessy. I'm joking. This is like the town that gets a lot of people causing problems, okay? Anything is possible in Cognac, you know what I mean? Guys, we're at the Hennessy winery. No way. Guys, that is all wine bottles. That is all wine bottles. All those pallets, wine bottles. Wine bottles for days. We're officially in Cognac. We just drove into Cognac. We are officially inside of Cognac. Crazy. I didn't think I was coming to Cognac today. It's all just like wine producers here, man. And I guess Hennessy too. You can see the contrast between old and new, and between, you know, there's a lot of factories here. It's a big factory city. It's just the vino producer of the world here. Well, not really, but you know, they make a lot of wine in this city. They're just pumping out wine behind these bay doors over here. Let me find somewhere to park, see if there's anything nice to see, and let's head right back to Bordeaux. right, well, that's Cognac for you. Okay. I don't know what you're expecting to see. They just make stuff behind closed doors. And there's Remy Martin for you, bud. That's all we came here for. We just needed a thumbnail so you could watch this video. I mean, unless somebody's trying to serve me some cognac, I don't know, where do you get cognac and cognac? That probably might be the question of the century right now. Yeah, I gotta take a dump. All right. Yeah, it was really dead. There was no restaurants open. Everything just looked like dead. Yeah, so if you ever want to come to Cognac, it's great if you have like tickets to go probably see a factory or something, or if you know somebody. I know a lot of people in that industry, and I could have probably, if I knew I was coming, I could have probably planned better and, you know, had something to come and see, but I did not. So, you know, I've done Remy Martin trainings. I know the guys from Remy Martin. You know, we could have definitely landed ourselves into the factory with a phone call or two. Yeah, that's just not gonna happen. So we're out of there, and honestly, I don't really care. I'd rather go find some like low-key organic winemaker and, you know, something like, you know, it's just a brand. It's just a big company with a huge name. And look, we're gonna go in, we're gonna see, they're crushing grapes, okay? You know, they're crushing grapes and they're distilling stuff, and there's barrels and bottles, and yeah. And this series is not about factory tours, okay? If you want that, I'm sure it's already on YouTube. And I know you didn't come here for that anyways. So look, thank you for watching. Honestly, appreciate you. Thank you.